It is a beautiful Monday, and I just got up, man. I got to work a night shift, which is why y'all don't see me at nights that much. But anyways, Texans win 23-20. We sweep the Jaguars for the season. Got another dub in Jacksonville, and yeah, we're struggling, but we're 8-5, and we're heading into the bye. I'll take it. This was a win that was much needed, especially after the Colts won yesterday against the Jets. So they're 6-7. So we trying to keep pace ahead of them because I really think the only one team is going to make the the playoffs, and that's just the division winner, at least for the AFC South. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and look at the replay and check it out and give my opinion to it. I didn't really get to watch much of this game. I just heard about there was a late hit and there was a brawl or something like that. So I'm going to check it out. And from there, we'll critique it. Let's go. There's Trevor Lawrence on the quarterback sneak. Oh, man, that was nasty, bro. Oh, damn. So, of course, a brawl's going to ensue after this. That shit looked nasty, bro. No wonder why there was a brawl after this. Wow. Damn. So when did this happen? Oh, the second quarter with 4 minutes left. Damn. Now I'll be damned. See, I missed this part of the game, man. I didn't even watch any of the game, to be honest with you. Like I said, I was sleeping. I just worked a 12-hour shift, passed out, and then woke up. It was like about 2:45. I'm like, I saw the score. It was like 6-6. I'm like, God damn. Man, that was nasty, bro. Ooh, shit. Now I missed this too. I was sleeping. There's Stingley Jr. right there. Damn, what a massive brawl. Woo. A lot of flags were thrown on the field. Another fight's happening. Man, this looked pretty bad. Hey, what's up, man? I just seen you in the comment section. Now I'm not gonna stay on too long just because I have to do these NFL picks. Grade them after this. Oh my god, bro! Look at that nasty hit. And look, the first thing that I noticed that when he leans in with that hit, he gave a forearm after the fact, which even made it look worse. You know what I'm saying? Because look, he leads in with a forearm, and you can see it right there. It'd be one thing if he just kind of let in and like hit him in the chest or something, but he went right for the neck. And I think that's to me what made it worse. It's what obviously made it look like a target and hit. Now, some people say that, well, Trevor went down too late. Let me see that. That he should have went down 2 yards prior to that, but still, man, you're leaning in with the helmet and then you're sort of like pushing off like you're launching yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like even though maybe the slide was a little bit late, but at the same time there was no need for the forearm extension. So like you basically sold a target and hit basically. So I mean, yeah, Trevor Lawrence might have should have sled about a yard or two prior to that. It would have made it the launch look probably more premeditated. And people could have said, oh, well, simultaneous. He dove as he was sliding. But at the same time, you can clearly see that I still think he had enough time to not launch himself. If you see the slide, I don't know. I mean, if you were leaning in like that, you didn't have to push the forearm out. You could have still leaned in maybe with the helmet, got a helmet, the helmet hit, and it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But when you lean in and then you push off and you extend that forearm after that, I think to me that's what sells off the target and hit. Boom, look at that. See, and then he pushes off. See, he still continues to push his head as he's going to the ground. I think the right call was made to eject him. Absolutely. I think this was a nasty, dirty hit. Yeah, it was. It was uncalled for. Absolutely. And now I don't blame Ingram from hitting him from behind. I mean, many people said, well, he should have been suspended too. I don't think the push from the neck is really gonna substantiate like too much of a hit, even though a personal foul was called. But at the same time, man, that was a nasty hit, man. And Alshire should have gotten ejected. He should be ejected. And when it comes to suspension, I think he should be suspended indefinitely. You lean in with the forearm, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, man, I know the Jaguars are in my division. I said I felt sorry for them because we beat them so much. I kind of feel sorry for them. They got a shitty franchise, dude. I'm gonna be like, if you look at their last 16 years, they've had losing seasons for at least about 13 of those years. 13, 14, I shit you not. They've sucked for a while. And I feel bad for Jacksonville. I really do. Because they probably got the best uniforms in our division and the coolest looking uniforms. Probably the best stadium in our division. And that's just me just looking from the outside in. And you got an owner there that cares more about fake fighting than he does about a multi-billion-dollar company in football. I think Jacksonville should stay there in Jacksonville and not move to London. But that goes beyond the topic of conversation. But as far as the hit's concerned, I do think he deserves a suspension. Absolutely. It wouldn't shock me if he probably faces maybe 2 to 4 games. Maybe even the rest of the season. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the rest of the season. Maybe that's overstretching, but I say maybe if it's the regular season, I could see that possibly be happening, like 2 to 4 games. Especially like we're towards the end of the mark. Like we're already 13 games in at 8 or 17. So if it's 2 to 4, like if it's 4, then yeah, that's the rest of the season. And then assuming we make the playoffs, he'll probably play in that game. But yeah, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all. Now, your initial reaction is to defend your player, and I get why other Texans players were like, we're gonna jump in and that's our boy and shit like that. But again, it was a dirty hit, bro. I mean, you just got to look at it from just being honest. Like there was no need for the forearm extension. There was no need to launch yourself in the manner in which you were intended on going for the neck. Like I think Alshire knew that he was going to extend that forearm. He knew exactly when he was launching himself, bro. Kind of remind me of that play when that what was it, that Mayweather guy that played for the Patriots when he launched himself like that. It sort of reminds me of that when he did that shit. And that's when the NFL started imposing these new rules about about launching and all that. It was a dirty play, absolutely. And I think he should be suspended. I think at least 2 games, but I wouldn't be shocked if he got the full 4 and did it the regular season. And honestly, I'm all for it, Like, it was just a dirty hit. And I think even D'Amico Ryans came out and said something about, he said something in regards to it at the end of the game, like, this is not us, this is not what we're about. So, like, he already kind of admitted, like, self-admitted right there that, like, yeah, that was a dirty hit, bro. Like, it's nothing personal, it just is what it is. And Jacksonville, we pulled that 23-6 lead over you guys. And I noticed that y'all did manage to come back at the end of the game. Like I said, every time we play Jacksonville defensively, they play us pretty well. And the games have been pretty close. But, we're just stuck in their minds where we know at the end of the game we're going to beat these guys. Like, that's how confident we are when we play Jacksonville. Like, I just count it as a win on the schedule. And that's just, comes from just so many years of beating them. You just got so much confidence in it. You know what I mean? But I'm just happy that at least we got the win. This was probably a must win right here. If we would have lost this game, we would only been what, a game in front of Indianapolis. Technically two because we own the tiebreaker, but we would have been one in the win column and would have still had about 5 games to play or 4 games. Yeah, 4 games left. So this it gives us a little bit of a cushion, and in the division, I think we're doing pretty well. Other than that possible split to the Titans, I know we go back at Tennessee at the end of the year, but we swept the Colts, we swept the Jaguars, so we're 4-1 in our division out of 6 games. That's not bad, and we got one left in Tennessee at the end of the year. So we got some tough games on the. We got some tough games going down the stretch. Absolutely. And we got a bye next week. So this couldn't have come at a better time. Like the way we've been struggling, the amount of games we've been losing. Jets, we've been losing to the Titans. We're losing games we shouldn't have been losing. But I'll take the 8-5. Give us the bye. The bye couldn't have come at a better time. And we got it, towards the end of the year. So this gives us a chance to kind of rest up. And to be honest with you, didn't you guys take Nico Collins out of the game? There was like a nasty hit you guys did and took my boy out. So when I saw that hit that y'all did on Nico and took him out, I said, okay, that kind of makes up now for it because we took one of your guys out, you took one of ours out, so it's kind of even. You know what I mean? Because that hit to Nico Collins later in the game was nasty. It wasn't as bad as Lawrence, but you could tell these guys were out to get that. I'm going to get my one up. I'm going to get it back. And they took Nico out of the game. So for the way I see it, it's kind of even now. You know what I mean? But I still think that the Alshire, his hit was nasty, man. And honestly, it was dirty. And he should be suspended, and he will. He will be suspended for 2 to 4 games. This is no question about it. No question about it. He'll be suspended, and, it is what it is. I look at it like this, man. It's the next man up. The next man up. Next man up. This win right here, I'm not saying we're going to win a Super Bowl, but I got a little rejuvenated now. Because we've been struggling the last probably 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks since Diggs is out. Like our offense has been very stagnant. We've been losing guys on the offensive line. Christian Harris was out. One of our top defensive linebackers was out for a while. So, we've been having a lot of injuries, man. A lot of injuries. And so it's kind of good to get a win and, because now the games are going to get harder. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, we still got, I believe we got Baltimore and Kansas City still on the schedule. If I'm correct, somebody tell me if I'm wrong. I believe we still got a Sunday night. I think we play Sunday Night Football. The Ravens come here, if I'm correct, who've had our number. You know what I'm saying? And they've beaten us in the playoffs, twice already? So. And then we got Kansas City. I know we go at the Chiefs. At the Chiefs, man. Let me go ahead and look that up real quick. I want to see exactly who we play. Because I don't be remembering the schedule by heart, man. Let me go ahead and type this in real quick. Look at this motherfucker right here scratching the damn furniture, man. Unbelievable, this cat. Unbelievable, man. Scratching the damn... All right, so let's look at our remaining games. All right, so we got Miami in 2 weeks. That game can go either way, but that game is here. That's a noon game. That's our December 15th game, and then after that, we go at Kansas City on the 21st. So in 6 days after that, we go at the Chiefs. All right, so that's 4 days before Christmas, and then after that, the Ravens come here on Christmas Day. So literally, we play 3 games in 10 days. From the 15th to the 25th. That's going to be a very tough one. Then we got a 10-day off period, and we play the Titans after that. So we got some tough games coming up. But these last 4 games are going to be very, very pivotal. And like I said, that was just a nasty hit, man. Oh my God. That was just, I mean, it was a dirty hit. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to get suspended. Like I said, I predict, 2 to 4 games, like most likely what you're looking at. And, you know, but later in the game, you guys took Nico out. So, and I kind of question the cleanliness of those tackles that you guys have been just launching yourselves at some of our receivers. So I look at it as like we're even, because y'all started launching yourselves at our players in the second half. And there were times, like I said, when y'all took Nico out, I was like, and I saw the replay, by the way, when y'all took Nico Collins out, and y'all had one defender go under the legs while one launched himself towards the neck. I'm like, all right, bet y'all are targeting our guys now. So I saw that coming, which that is to be expected because, like, you have a dirty hit like that, be expecting retaliation. So inadvertently, they're going to be launching themselves, and I knew that was going to happen, by the way. So when I saw Nico get taken out, I'm like, okay, so y'all are targeting our guys now. So that's cool. Like, I just look at it like we're even now. So, but the suspension, it will happen. It's gonna take place. It's just an amount of games. Was it 2 games or 4? I predict 2 at the minimum. I think as many as 4. So that means he'll probably go the rest of the regular season not being able to play. That means you're gonna have to suit up for that big wild card game at the house. Whoever we take on. Right now, it's looking like the Chargers are coming to our house, but I think they moved down, and I think Baltimore got that spot. So it's either the Ravens or the Chargers are going to be coming here in wild cards either Saturday or Sunday. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but yeah, we're going to have the number 4 seed. It's obvious because I don't think we're going to have a better record than any of the other division winners. Not that it's going to matter anyway, because unless you got the number 1 seed, you're going to play in the first round. But I'm still confident we'll win our division. I mean, even if we drop to the Chiefs and the Ravens, that'll put us at 7. So we still go 10-7 and be straight. That the Dolphins game is still 50-50 with Tua. You don't know what type of Miami Dolphins team you're going to get. I'm not saying we can lose that game. It's possible. I got us for losses against the Ravens and the Chiefs. So, but I think we could beat the Dolphins at the house, and I think we beat the Titans at the end of the year. So that'll put us just hovering the 10-win mark. But we could still win our division at 9-8. So if we could just manage to at least win 1 game out of the next 4, we'll be good. Go 9-8, make the playoffs, and hopefully our guys get healthy, and then 10-7, 9-8 don't matter to me as long as we clinch our division. Because I'm telling you this right now, and only one team's gonna make the playoffs out of our division anyway. Because AFC South is trash. So I'll take it. I'll take the division win. Give me the home game in the first round. That'll be our only home game if we even win that game. And I'm not saying we'll beat the Ravens or the Chargers because, man, they're playing pretty good football right now. So I'm really wouldn't be surprised if we lost the wild card game. Just because it's just been just a terrible year for us. But I mean, I'll be happy just making the playoffs considering all the injuries, and all that. And then, and just getting us, winning another AFC South division title and then just being ready for next year. Ever since Diggs went out, man, it done screwed the whole offense up. Our whole offense has been terrible since Diggs went out. Like, your team is very stinky this year. Hope we get the number 1 pick. Yeah, I know y'all guys are 2-10, man. And the way y'all lost that Chiefs game is kind of like head scratcher there at the very end. Sometimes you got to wonder if those referees are helping the Chiefs out a little bit too much. I still got Kansas City winning it. Now, Buffalo looks pretty damn impressive. The Bills, they're playing it. They're 10-2 right now. Pretty solid team. The Eagles are 10-2. And the Lions are, 11-1. So those are the best 4 teams in the league right now. And everybody's just, second. I mean, you could throw the Vikings in there. But I don't think the Vikings can beat the Eagles in the playoffs. And I don't think the Vikings can beat the Lions either. But they're a damn good story with, Sam Darnold, journeyman, up and coming, sort of found his way around from team to team, thought maybe he should have left, the league. And then is a 10-2 with the Vikings and he sort of had that Geno Smith effect. And hey, look, man, Sam Darnold. Who would have thought that Sam Darnold of all people would be 10-2 as the Vikings, bro? Like I personally wouldn't have saw that coming. I mean, I for one would have thought, well, um, Sam Darnold's at the end of his career. He should be retiring. Man, that guy is just. I mean, the way he's playing this year is pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good come up story, even if the Vikings don't do well in the playoffs. You know, but anyways, 23-20, I'll take it. The 8-5, we sweep the Jags, we sweep the Colts, and then too bad we couldn't sweep the Titans. They came in our house and got the dub, but we head to their house on January 5th. So we'll see you in Tennessee on January the 5th, and maybe we'll get the win there. I mean, it'd be weird if the Titans swept us, and they're like, yeah, y'all swept the Colts and the Jaguars, but we swept y'all. Like I said, I'll be happy just to make the playoffs because, like I said, I don't think the Texans are winning the Super Bowl this year. I had them penciled in the Final Four, but just with the injuries and just the way we've been struggling, it's I wouldn't be surprised if we lose in the wild card game, bro. That's where I'm predicting it's gonna end up being. But like I said, I'll take the 8-5. I'll take it. Go into the bye. And, maybe if we come out against Miami and play a really good fucking game and just dominate all sides of the ball, we could beat the Dolphins and go to 9-5. And that definitely will give us a little bit of surgence, a little bit of confidence. And then we got that big game against the Ravens, when they come to our house. And then, we go at Kansas City. Tough game right there. And then, we ended off the year, playing the Titans the very end of the year. There could be a lot of playoff implications. Maybe the Colts come back, make a run at this. Just depends on because, like I said, if Texans are due for some more losses against the Ravens and Chiefs, that could move the Colts up into a possible tie with us going into the end. And, then we may be forced to have to win that game in Tennessee, for that division. While the Colts would have to go the Colts would have to go probably to Jacksonville. Or I think they go to Jacksonville. So, Jacksonville might play spoiler and might want to take the Colts out, or the Colts may win and Texans could, Titans may want to play spoiler and, beat us and try to knock us out. So, there's always that misery loves company effect, Like I said, man, I'm enjoying this year so far. It's been pretty fun watching football. I've been more into college football as of recently. My Longhorns have had a really good season this year, probably the best season they've played since 2005, 2006 Rose Bowl. This team looks very solid, and like I said, we got the SEC championship game we play this week against Georgia. So that's going to be a damn good game against Georgia Bulldogs. And then after that, they're going to do the whole seeding and stuff. Ohio State just lost, so then that moves us up to number 2. So the only team that's in front of us is Oregon. I don't see Oregon losing that. So Oregon will probably finish off with the number 1 seed. And it's funny because they're the only undefeated team, if I'm correct. So Oregon will get 1. If Texas loses to Georgia, I don't think that'll move us out of a top 12, but that'll move us down the list. But Georgia will be 7. So will that move them into a top 4 where they can get that bye? So, Georgia's going to have something to play for. We're going to have something to play for, definitely. Been a fun year, man. Been a fun year in sports. I've been getting more into basketball, too. So, but with that being said, man, I just, I hope Trevor Lawrence, I hope you get better, man. Definitely don't, I wish you a speedy recovery. As far as our guys are concerned, I think he'll get suspended for 2 to 4 games. Absolutely, for launching himself. Suspension indefinitely. It's possible. And here he goes going at it with Jaguars fans. Oh, he's hot. That's still just emotions of the game, because teams are playing for a wild card. They're playing playoff implications, shit like that this time of the year where, they're chasing division titles and shit. Uh, Absolutely. But yeah, that was a dirty hit, man. You just have to be honest. You got to call for like you see it. And I think he should get suspended, and this isn't coming from like just, down to my team or nothing, but just being 100, if you just, you're launching yourself, you push off with a forearm extension. I'll show you on the replay again where he pushes off with the forearm, which just even made it look worse. Like he could have avoided the forearm extension too, and it's like he just didn't give a fuck. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm taking him out." It's like, I get it. They're a division rival. You get it. You're sending a message. I get it. It's hard nosed football, but you just got to be professional about it at the same time. You can't be sitting there just launching yourself like that, man. Because if that would happen to one of our guys, it'd be different. We'd be pointing the finger saying, "Hey, you launched yourself just like you did at Nico later in that game. Like y'all did at Nico Collins, the same shit, but not to the degree of the injury, but still taking our guy out later in the game." But that's to be expected. That's how sports works. You take one of our guys out, we take one of yours out, and a partridge in the pear tree. You know. But yeah, the Texans were a lot better last year than they were this year. This year, just injuries plagued us. We looked really hot at the beginning of the year, and then for some reason this year we just kind of just fell off, man. We just, the injuries started ever since Diggs went out. Then that's when all the problems started occurring. Once Diggs tore his ACL, it made a big difference in the offense, dude. Then Nico was out for some time. So our number one and our number two receivers out. You had to move Tank Dell, who's like a number 3 or 4 receiver, to the number one, and you had to move Xavier Hutchinson to number two. Yeah, you weren't going to get much involvement in the offense. Pierce was hurt. He was out for some time. But Joe Mixon's been pushing that rock. Man, now Joe Mixon, that dude's a beast. See, look at that with a forearm extension. That just was not good, man. See, it's not the fact that, like, see, Trevor went down, and you see he's sliding. He's still going with the forearm, and then just pushes it. Look at that, and then extends it after the fact. Yeah, man, you're gonna get suspended, my dude. I mean, yeah, no one to blame but yourself. You know what I mean? Just if I was his teammate or coach, I would just say, look, dude, you're gonna get suspended. I'll try to argue for 2 games, but they may get you on 4. You know what I'm saying? And if it's the rest of the regular season, it is what it is, bro. You can't be launching yourself like that. Use this as a lesson. Learn, like, don't do this again. You know what I mean? Make better, timely, wisely decisions. Let this be a life lesson, if they say. That's how I would use it, as a learning curve. Don't get mad if you get suspended. And it's the next man up. You got to tell that next guy off the practice squad, you coming in the game. Put your pads on, and now it's your turn to come in the game. And that's just a tale of 2 wins. They don't say it's a 53-man roster for nothing, right? So you got to put the next man out, bring the next man in. We got a division title to win. We're 8-5 right now, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel kind of good right now. Like, this was the win we needed. I thought we were gonna lose this game, and we almost fucked the first game up against Jacksonville. So we really well could have been sitting at 6-7 right now, and the Colts would be just right in front of us. Or no, we'd actually be tied right now. Well, actually, we don't tiebreakers beat the Colts twice, and really we should have lost to the Colts in week 1. So really we should be 5-8. But shit, I'll take the 8-5 though. But yeah, wow. 30-minute video. Wasn't intended to be that long. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to make a short video on this. And, I'll post the results and everything up tomorrow, because I got to wait for that Monday night game. And I got to start working on the computer right now. It's 4:16. I got to be in work at 10 tonight. These night shifts, man, I tell you, it's a lot of downtime. But, the problem is my sleep schedule. You never get enough sleep. So you go to bed at 6:30, you wake up about around 12, and then you got to take a nap later in that day before you go to work, or you just sleep through like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And then you're like, fuck, your whole day's gone, and you're just like, I got a little bit of time to do what little I can do around the house, and then boom, right back to work at 10. So it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna complain. It's life. You know. But yeah, Texan Nation, I'll take the 8-5. Still got a lot to look forward to, and you know, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And as far as the Texans are concerned, we got 2 weeks off. So this bye came at the best fucking time. This was the best time to have our bye. And then we got the Miami Dolphins in 2 weeks on the 15th. So we're going to be ready against Miami. They come in our house. Tua's back. And Dolphins look pretty good too. I think they got around 5 or 6 wins, somewhere around there. If I'm correct. The Dolphins look good. And, Tua's back, giving their team some confidence. Dolphins are playing for a playoffs too. So don't think they're not going to come and try to play us hard. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, they're playing for that wild card spot. I think they're sitting at 8 right now in the AFC, so they're 1 spot away from playoffs. So, like I said, it's it's time to lacing those boots up, man, and put those chin straps on because, this is December football. We're playing to make the playoffs. I may not have confidence my team may not win the Super Bowl, but don't think right now I'm not hot off that 8-5 record. I'll take it. But anyways, on other note, the Cowboys win 2 games in a row, and they're 5-7. So I know the Cowboys fans are a little bit more confident that there's nothing better than a win in the NFL. It makes you feel good the next day when you wake up. You're like, I'll take this 8-5, Steve. I'll take it. But anyways, go Texans. I'm out. See you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.